Just because I don't have a clue what I'm doing doesn't mean I can't solve problems. And welcome back to the Create Mod here on Music Free Gaming. It is great to have you here. And I'm sitting down here in my new wood storage area, which is fabulous. But obviously it has like 2 walls, and I have some other things I need to put down here, or would like to put down here. Now, the first thing I want to do actually has only marginally anything to do with the storage. It has to do with the train tracks. I have all of these. Whoa, hey, train! Train! Don't get hit by the train. That sheep is a madman. Anyway, I've got a couple of hookups for output for things, right? Like for the coal, I need to set up some for these 2 guys, chests and barrels. But I also want to set up some pickup spots for iron ingots and maybe some smashed iron plates. So if I do that, I don't know where I'm going to set them up. I might have them come out here. But since I'm doing that, it might be nice to actually have some of that stuff end up in a little storage area back over here. So it'd be super convenient. So that's going to be the first project, I think. Here is my iron farm, and it has been farming beautifully, right? The golems spawn here. The ingots get sent over here and get smashed into blocks before being sent up to my storage. And then the flowers get composted, and every once in a while I come in here and I clean out the bone meal. So I think what I want to do is adjust this somewhat, because I don't necessarily want to stop the iron from going up top here, because that's where all my iron villagers are and such. But it might be nice to peel off some of those ingots and bring them down this way. So I think that's going to be the first step. Also, I need to probably do something else with the flowers, because they're just going to get in the way if I leave them there. So I've been looking at this, and I think the first thing I'm going to have to do is move my old lava generator out of the way. It was great. It's been nice as a convenient way to get iron buckets. I'll just have to set up another one up with my lava farm. But for now, I think this is going to have to go to simplify the path out this way for all the other good irony goodness. Some of us don't want to have to craft things more than once. I am definitely one of those people who will spend many hours working on a project to save myself 15 minutes. You know, and Create Mod definitely fills this stupid need of mine. So, you know, we'll I can deal with this stuff, right? This whole area is just wackadoodle. And that's a technical term. Yeah, seriously, this whole area is just wackadoodle, and I'm kind of okay with that. All right, cool beans. So I've now got power. This is janky as all heck, but what the hey, it works. So cool. The iron's going to come down here, and I've sped this up. So the iron golems are going to speed through the lava fairly quickly, and that'll smash a lot faster, which is great, I guess. So now it's time to run this way. I think this line here is going to be for the sheets, because it's close to the power, so I can hook it up to the smashy goodness. All right, so I'm going to do sheets on this line, and that means I need the smashy to go up here, but I want to turn it... Oh no, that was fine. It would be nice if those lined up, but hey, I can make this work. So that'll smash the iron ingots coming this way. So, no, I'll stick it here, because I can go 90 degrees with a with an encased chain drive, right? I can just, not rockets. Rockets don't work very well. But the encased chain drive works great. So I can put this up here like that, and then like that. Boom. And now this thing will smash all of the iron, which is perfect. So here's the fun. I'm going to have to get stuff off of both of these lines. And I'm going to do that by running some hoppers over. Now, the catch is that I can't really... I don't want the stuff that's going into the first hopper line, right? This stuff to go into the second one. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cheat this in a fun way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up some funnels, one there and one there. So basically as the items come through, oh heck, I don't even have to do that. That's way more complicated than it needs to be. I'll just lock the hopper. That'll be the easiest thing in the world to do. All right, never mind. Let's go with the easy stuff. Well, the locked hopper turns out is stupid. It's actually a great idea on paper. The problem is that it doesn't work well because the other line still has to be able to run items through that hopper. So I think that's just going to not be a thing. However, it would be helpful if I put the barrel where I want it to actually go and not just, a block into the wrong place. Cool, so stuff should come in here, right? If I throw that in this way, it should get sucked in and get dropped down there. Right. And then if something were to go to pass over this, right, let's go ahead and take this hopper out for a minute. Right. Then, yeah, they should get spit out. Yep, there they are right over there. Cool. Yep, so that plan is definitely going to work. I think the storage is set up the way I want it. So what I'm going to do is, pick up the funnel that I apparently decided to put away before I came over here because that makes all the sense in the world. So we'll grab a funnel and I'm going to add it to this line over here. Right? Right, so that's going to go there. And I'm going to say only output iron. I don't know what I had this set to, but it's only going to output iron as well. And this guy, I think I want to set to deny iron. This guy's going to be everything else. Anything that is not iron will come out of this. Boy, you see how fast that column made it to the lava? Ah, that's great. Cool, so now the iron should split here. Some of it's going to come this way and get crunched. And then some of it is going to come this way. And then it should split. Now, yeah, see, the sheet got shunted way the heck over here. Now, I would have sort of expected some of it to get sucked up into the barrels, but that's the next problem to solve. Oh, I see. If it comes in more than one, that's an issue. Okay. Right, because the hoppers are only going to take one at a time. They're not going to take lots at a time. Time to solve another problem, which I can do. I can solve problems. I've been known to solve problems in the past. Just because I don't have a clue what I'm doing doesn't mean I can't solve problems. Okay, I think I have an actually working solution here, right? So if I drop off all these ingots, they'll get sucked in through the dealy bobs here. Now, I have hoppers, which are under here, which are fine. They'll be slow, but it's going to be slow going down that whole route anyway, so that's not a big deal. And then this guy on this side does the same thing. he pulls in iron sheets, which will get sucked in, and said fill all of this stuff up. Now, I don't really need this to store ingots because I have iron block storage up above. But honestly, this is just going to be convenient. So I'll get the sheets, we'll get the iron, and then this will be awesome. So the next step will be then to run these lines all the way out here to the rails and set up pickup stations over there. I think I've got this sorted out, and for the time being, I'm going to slap a couple of signs down here. This one is for iron sheets, and then this one is for iron ingots. Cool. So now it should be close enough. I'll need to set up the stations for the train, but the trains will be able to pick up all of the leftovers coming from here. Now, I think one of the things I want to do is I've been fairly consistent about having everything coming out of my factories come out in stacks of 16. There's no particular reason why it has to be a stack of 16. It works out nicely because these chutes are going to take care of that. I was thinking maybe I should put a barrel and some funnels to force it. But in all honesty, these chutes are limiting things to 16. So that'll be great. And that just keeps all of my timings and all of my assumptions in a good place. So I think based off of how everything is running here, I think I'm actually pretty well done with this project. You can see I've got ingots coming in. I've got sheets coming in. Now, it would be nice. Sadly, I can't put, I could put iron up there. I just can't open those. So I'll have to get probably some quartz, which I think I used quartz over there in the placeholders. Doesn't look as good, but I think it'll keep things at least looking reasonable. I decided to go ahead and put a little bit of storage here so that I've got a double chest of ingots and sheets that'll back up here. I'm not sure how fast I'm going to be pulling it out of there, but it'll be nice to have that little extra bit of storage. And now I think the iron part of this project is done, and it's time to start looking at what I can do for a better furnace setup. So I've dug out this little bit now, and this is where I think I want to stick the furnace. Now, the plan, I think, is to have item drop off on this side, right? So I'll come down, and anything I want to have smelted, right, I could throw into some chests here and run them through the furnace. I think what I might do too is add a shulker unloader to this, because it might be nice to take a shulker full of cobblestone, or regular stone for that matter, and have it cook through and get smooth stone. Right, and there may be some of those types of things. So I think I'll do that. Maybe I'll build the shulker unloader off stream rather than do it during, try to figure out all that redstone here. But I do know it's about a 2x3 or 3x3 footprint here. And then I can sort of figure out what I'm going to do with the output lines over this way. So laying out the belts here, I'm going to have the input area here with shulker unloader and all that fun stuff. The furnace itself is going to be here. I was just looking at this area, and this area here would be perfect for the output from the furnace. So it comes through this way, cooks, and all the cooked stuff then gets shunted over and fed into output storage over here. Ooh, I like how this is going. I like this. I like this. So yet the basic output area is, I think the basic design is set. There's still some things that'll probably need to change, but I'll have 3 chests here. They're all set with smart chutes dumping into this vault, and the vault has a funnel that feeds out onto this line, which goes up into my main storage. And if I hit this lever, all of these are locked, so I can throw in whatever I want to, like those nether bricks, and nothing's going to happen to them. right? Until I hit this lever, and then they get sucked off into main storage, which is awesome for me, even if the wording on that was maybe not the most appropriate in the world. And it's a significant time later in real life, and I think I've got the basic traffic flow working now. This guy over here is a shulker unloader. So if I drop shulkers into this, into this chest, they'll get fed through the shulker unloader and items will end up on this line. If I don't want to use the shulker unloader, I could use this chest or this chest. Those will both unload and just go straight into this line. Now I did this just so it's symmetrical here. This box is where the shulkers will end up. And when this is unloading, I've got a redstone lamp here, so this will be lit while the shulker box is unloading. I thought that was kind of fun. I've got a lever here that right now I've got shulkers in there. If I slap this lever, those shulkers get dumped out here. And where they end up is actually they run across this line into the shulker unloader. Or that's the shulker loader. This is the shulker loader, because I've got words right. So what I can do is the output from the smelter, I could just shove right back into shulker boxes because it'll save room, right? So if I want to smelt up a shulker box full of, or multiple shulkers full of stone, I could just have those empty shulkers get shunted right back over here and then reload up the stone. And then all of this will end up back in these chests. And it's a little silly. I've got 6 double chests worth here, which is fine. And this lever, if I hit it, will dump all of those into my main storage. So that's fun. And then this lever here is what determines whether or not things go into the shulker loader, or because I just hit the lever, let me free cam down because it'll be easier to see, that pushes this over, which unlocks the chute and locks the hopper, which feeds the shulker loader. So everything instead just bypasses that and heads straight back into this. So if I'm cooking up smaller amounts or I don't need to process it for bulk processing, that is the way to do it. Right? Seems reasonable to me. So that is, I think, all of the item transport in place. So the next thing I need to do is set up these fans so that they are blowing, and then I could put lava in here to actually do the cooking. Now, before I put the lava in, I've got this filter that says anything that cannot be smelted, go ahead and let through. Which means if it can be smelted, it's going to go through, and if it doesn't get cooked, it'll stop there and everything's going to be fine. Given how fast this is going, right, I'd have to really slow down these belts, and I could get around to trying to make that happen. But for now, I'm just not going to worry about it. So I happen to have in one of these chests, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 buckets of lava, which this isn't at all scary, right? Now, I don't necessarily need all 7, but I think it's going to look better. But let's just throw a few things in here, see if this actually works, and hope for the best. All right, so for the first test, I'm just going to throw in, let's just throw in 16 stone, right? And that's going to whip through there. That should smelt up eventually, right? And now, if everything comes through, I should be seeing here soon, right? Assuming everything ended up where I expected. It did not. That's cool because I've got it going into the shulker loader. Awesome. Let's flip that down to storage. Cool. And so now let's drop another, well, we'll do 12 this time. Cook, cook, cook. All right, there we go. And now we should, there's a smooth stone. Awesome. So Looks like this is working. Go ahead and pop that so that I can get my stone back and my shulker box. Yep, see there's the shulker. Awesome, awesome. So that did exactly what I wanted it to. Ah, perfect. So now it's time to close this up and, said, add a little bit more lava here just so it looks cooler. And the lava's in, and a whole bunch of decorations. That's right. I took some time and I actually finished the ceiling, added some lights, the gap for the elevator, all that good stuff. But I really like how this turned out. You get the stones coming through. I'm currently converting a shulker box of stone into smooth stone. And I like the red glazed terracotta back behind this orange glass. And back behind the Dealy Bob stuff up there, the warped fences. And then over here, I've got a small furnace array or a smoker array. Now I want to automate bringing some lava into these smokers, or maybe charcoal or something, just to fuel those, just in case I feel the need to do some sort of smoked stuff if I want to cook a lot of food or something. But I think this is in pretty good shape. I mean, obviously I'm missing a wall. I've got a few other details, but as far as this part of the furnace and stuff, I think it's good. And with that all done, I think I'm going to call it for this video. This has been awesome, and thank you all for joining me. Please take a moment, you've made it this far, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, and until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.